Do you know how to prepare a report in Power BI? Hi, I am M. Asif Hussain from Know How Academy. In this video, we are going to see how to prepare a report when we have the data completely clean with us. Here I have my Power BI desktop with a dataset called orders with multiple columns in it. So we have the columns such as row ID, order date, shipment date, ship mode, what is the customer ID, customer name, and what are the different segments we have, what is my country, city, state, postal code, region, product ID, category, subcategory, product name, sales, quantity, discount, and profit. So these are the columns that we have received originally from the client perspective. Now we have calculated datif and all this using a DAX functions from our previous videos. Okay, so how should we prepare a report? What is the first step that we have to do? This is a very important question that everyone are having in it. So let me tell you what is the first step that you have to do. Let us consider we are preparing a report called sales report. So from this sales report, this white page that you are seeing it here, that is a Power View. Okay, so in this, if you would like to increase the size of this dotted lines, this is the page size which we originally get from Power BI desktop. If we would like to increase the size of this, yes, we can do this one. We have to go to format your page, and on this we have canvas settings. Under canvas settings, this is the default 1:16:9 that we have got it from Power BI desktop. If you would like to choose 4:3, we can choose 4:3. If you would like to choose the page as a letter size, we can use it as a letter size. If you want in a size of a tooltip, we can choose it as a tooltip. If you would like to increase or decrease the height and length of it, it is purely based upon our choice. How much height we want and how much width we want, we can choose it. So let me go with the 16:9 by default version which we have received from Power BI desktop. Now, if you would like to add a color, a background color for this one, yes, you can add a background color for this one also. So how should we do this? We have something called as canvas background. Okay, so the default background color that we have received, it is white color. If you would like, we can change the color of it, or if we have some image that we would like to have it in a background, we can browse the image and we can add the image to it. So I will be going with the color. So for me, if I have a report background in a black color with attractive white color visuals, it looks good according to me. It's my choice. It is purely depending upon an individual choice. If you would like to have some other color, you can have it. That is up to you. But now I am choosing something called as black color as my canvas background. Okay. So now if I would like to go with the wallpaper. Okay. This is the wallpaper. So wallpaper is the background color that we have. I will be changing it to black color. So my complete wallpaper, it came into black color. Now, depending upon the visuals that I am choosing, depending upon the visuals that I have, the data that I have, I can go and change the canvas background anytime. And that's up to me. Now, I would like to add a title. I would like to add a title box to this particular report by telling that sales report. So how should we do it? So we have something called as text box here. So I am adding a text box to my report. So I have got a text box. I am writing the name of it as sales report. I am writing the name of it as sales report. Yeah, the font size is very small. We can increase the font size. I'll make it to 54. Okay. And I'll select the complete thing. Then I'll make it to 54. Then let me drag it something like this. If the font size is too large, yeah, we can reduce it as well. Okay, and I'm changing the font style as well. If you would like, you can go to Times New Roman as well. I'll make it to bold and I'll align it to the center. Okay, so now for this particular for this particular text box that I have taken, still you can do some sort of changes to it. For example, so I have a square text box. I would like to make a rounded corner of it, and I would like to change the background color of this particular title box as black, because my wallpaper color in the background is black. Okay, so I'll go to effects and I'll change the background color to black color. I'll change the background color to black color, and the visual border that I have for this particular text box, I'll make it to white color visual border. By I'll on it and I'll make it to white color. And rounded corners, let me make it a point of 12 so that my rounded corners will be visible very clearly. I can even increase the size of this text box, or what we can do, we can even decrease the size of this one. Okay, so the text color is also black, which is not visible obviously. So the font color, I'll make it to white, and the size still I would like to reduce it. I'll make it to 40, or still if you would like to reduce, you can make it to 36. Okay, so this is how a sample text box that I have prepared with a title as sales report, which is my report title. Now what we have to do, always remember, whenever we are preparing any specific report, card charts and slicers are very important. We need to have card charts, we need to have slicers at any cost. Okay, why we should have it? What is so important in it? Yes, there are many such informations that we have that we can show it in one go as a specific key number using a card chart. And if the client wants to sort some information specifically from our data set, then he can use, or she can use, slicer from that information, and they can go with it. So using a card chart and using a slicer, it is compulsory. Now I have a lot of informations in my data, so let me first choose a card chart. And in this card chart, I would like to show what is the total sales in the business. Okay, so I would like to show what is the total sales. So my total sales is 2.30 millions. It is very difficult to understand our business perspective when we have the values in millions, trillions, and so on. So for this reason, let me go and modify the unit from millions, and I'll convert it into thousands. So if one value is in thousands, then we need to make sure that the other values that we are choosing also, that also should be in thousands itself. So I have taken it as a sum of sales. Let me go and format my card chart. If I format one card chart, I can apply the same for the rest of the card charts. So the callout value that I have, I'll make it to bold, and the display units, I'll make it to thousands. Okay, and the color, I'll make it white for this value, as I'll be changing the background color of it. I'll close this one. I have something called as sum of sales as my category label. I will disable it, and I'll add the title for this one. I'll add the title such as total sales. Total sales as my title. So what I'm going to do, I'm making it bold, and I'm making the text color white, and I'm making the background color black. The reason is I have the black color in the background, and I'll align it to the center. So what I'm going to do, I am going to add the effects, and the background of this visual, I'm going to make it to black. Okay, so this is how we can get this one. I think the title color for the background is gray. Let me make it to black. Okay, and the size of the total sales is very less. Let me increase it to 22. I should make sure that the other card charts title also have the same font style and the same font size to appearance look good. So what I'm going to do, so this is the total sales that I have. If I want, I can even decrease the value from 40. I'll make it to 35, or if I would like to still reduce it, I'll make it to 25. If I think it is less, let us make it to 30. Okay, so this is my total sales. And if I go to general, so under title we have something called as visual border. Okay, I'll on the visual border and add the border to it. I'll make the border color white because the background color we have it as a black, and the rounded corner I made it with 12 points for the text box. I'll maintain the same 12 points so that it have the same pace. I'll make sure it takes the lesser space as much as possible. So this is how it is. total sales, which is 2297.20. Okay, if I would like to highlight this title, yeah, I can even go to general, and under the title we have something called as underline. I'll underline it, so it shows something as a heading part. So total sales, I have 2297.20. Okay, in the same way I would like to see what is my total profit. So again, I'll take a new card chart. So in this card chart, let me take a profit information, and I'll click on this particular total sales card chart, which I have perfectly formatted, and I'll click on format painter, and I'll click on this one. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the title of it, and the title will be my total profit. Total profit. I should make sure that the size of all those things are same and are in a same line, because as part of appearance, it should look good and it should be easily understandable. So I have shown what is the total sales of the business. I have shown what is the total sales of a total profit of our business. Now I would like to see what is the total, how many customers we have. Okay, so for this I'll choose another card chart, and let me choose the customer's information. So for this, let me choose customer ID or customer name, anything you can choose it. So what I'm going to do, once I choose my customer name, I'll go with the count distinct. So we have 793 customers. So I'll go to format, or what I can do, I can even again click on this format painter, and I'll click on the new card chart that I have selected. So what I will be doing, I'll be changing the title. I'll be changing the title to total customers. Total customers. It is very difficult to understand as part of we have 0.79k. So what we'll do, let us go and change the values so that we can understand it very clearly. Let me make it to auto. It is 793. So total sales that I have in my business is 2297.20k. Total profit we have is 286.40k, and the total customers that we have are 793. Okay, now what I'll be doing, I'll be choosing the slicer. Okay, so I'll be choosing the slicer here, and in this slicer we have 4 different regions. So in which region, how much sales we got, how much profit we got, and how many customers we have from that region, I would like to see it. So that's where I have taken region as an information in a slicer chart. In the same way, you can choose some other information as well. It purely depends upon your view. So what I'm going to do, let me go and format this slicer. So under slicer settings, I have a vertical list because it takes a lot of space if I keep it here. I'll reduce it to a drop down so that it will be easy for me to drag and keep it in the same size and same shape of the card charts. So as part of selection, I'll go with the single select, or I should go with the multi select. It depends upon your choice. I'll leave it as it is, however we have. Now if I go with the slicer header, we have it as a region. Okay, that's fine. I'll go with the font style bold, and what is the thing that we have kept it here, we have kept the slicer header as 22 or 23 based upon our interest, and I'll make it the font color as white because I will make the background color as black. Okay, I'll go with the background color, I'll make it black. Okay, so that's what I have got my region here. And still there are multiple things in that you need to format. I'll go with the values. Okay, values also will make it to 14. I'll make it to bold color, and the font color also I'll make it white because the border background I'll have to make it in a black color. Okay, in a black color. Okay, if we see here, so we have got something like this. It's very attractive part. Now I'll go back to the title, the general formatting. Under general formatting, I don't want to add any title because already we have something called as region. If we would like to remove the slicer header, yeah, we can go and add the title here. Title such as region. We can go and add the title such as region, and the font style I'll make it bold. I'll make it to 20, and the text color I'll make it white. Background color I'll make it black, and I will underline it obviously, and I'll align it to the center. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to for effects, and the background color of the slicer I'll make it to black color. Now it is looking very interesting. I'll add the visual border, and the border I'll make it with the white color, and I'll make it a rounded corner as 12 points. Okay, so this is my slicer, which is looking very attractive, very interesting, same like a card chart that we have done. If my client wants to drop down, he or she can drop down and select the informations out of it. All right, so now coming to the point, we have total sales, total profit, total customers, 3 card charts. If you want to align the card chart something like this in this way, yeah, one after another, yeah, you can do in this way as well. It purely depends upon your creativity, how you would like to align it in a proper way. I would like to take another another slicer, and I would like to showcase the date information if for a specific date period that someone would like to segregate. So I'll choose order date here. Again, coming back, I'll go with my formatting. I'll click on here, format painter, and I'll format my chart that I have. Obviously there's nothing visible here. I'll go and change the values color. Okay, values, I'll make it to bold and I'll align it to the white color, so something will be visible now. And I'll increase the points to 12 to look little bit better way. And then the background color also, I'll make it a black color. Okay, now if I come to the general settings, the title, if you would like to add, I'll go with the date, or we have the name as order date column. I'll go with the order date, and that's it. I have my slicer ready. Okay, so this is how I can align my slicer. If I would like to reduce the size of it with the values, yeah, I can reduce it so that it will be visible clearly. Okay, then I'll align it to everything in a same go. I have my card charts, I have my slicers ready. Now I have to showcase my visuals with different kinds of information. Let me show how much is the sales for each of the region. Okay, so what chart we have to use for it? So we have stacked bar, stacked column, clustered bar, clustered column. Any of those 4 charts we can choose in it. Okay, so for this, let me go with the stacked bar chart. You can even go with the stacked column chart as well, but if you would like to see something in a very interesting way, with a clear way, then I go with the clustered column chart. In this clustered column chart, I would like to show what is my sales, here. Okay, let me take sales in my y-axis, and I'll take the category that we have in the x-axis, and the legend I will choose for each region how much is my sales, then I'll add the region. So I have got some information like this. Okay, I have got some information like this. Now we have to do the formatting for this visual. So what all we have to do? I'll go to the formatting. First, let me go through the x-axis. So under x-axis, I'll make the font style as bold. I'll make the size as 10, 11, 12. 12 is little bit visible for me, and the color I'll make it white color because the background I have to obviously make it black. Now I am going through the title. The title that we have is category for my x-axis. So I'll make the font style bold here again. I'll make it to 14, and this color also I'll make it into white color. Now coming back to y-axis, under y-axis also for the same values, I'll choose the same format. I'll go with the bold. I'll make the size as 12, make the color white, and display units, let me make it to thousands for easy understanding. I'll go to the title font style also, I'll make it to bold color, and I'll make it 14 because for x-axis also we have made it 14. And I'll make the color as white. Okay, why are we choosing everything white? Nothing is visible. Don't worry, we are going to change the background color of this particular visual. So my x-axis is done, my y-axis is done. Okay, x-axis is done, y-axis is done. What is the legend? Legend, we have region. I have region here, central, east, south, and west, something here. So if I would like to change the location of it in any way, top right and top left, it is purely based upon your interest where you would like to place the region information. And the text as well, I'd like to make it in the white color. Okay, and a little bit bold with 12 as a size because it looks little bit interesting. Now coming to the grid lines, I don't want the grid lines to be back of my visual because it looks a little bit clumsy. I'll go to the columns. In this columns we have the different colors for different regions. If you would like to change the color, yeah, you can change the color of any color of your choice. I don't want to go and change the color because it is looking good for me. Now if I would like to see the data labels, we don't know how much is the sales for which particular region. For this, yes, we have to opt for outing the data labels. So when we click on the data labels, we have got the data labels, the values for each of the region. I'll go and make the values here little bit bold in order to make it understand easily, and the color I'll choose it white. Okay, and the display units, let it be into thousands. And now coming back to the background, I don't want to add any background for this one, and I'll directly go with the general formatting. The title that we have, it is good, sum of sales by category and region. If I would like to remove sum of, yeah, we can remove it, just sales by category and region. I'll go with the font style as bold, and I'll increase the size to 16. I'll make the text color white, background color black, and I'll align it to the center. Let it be underline. It should look something as a heading. Under effects, now I'll change the background color to black, and I hope you're all waiting for this. So we have got a very, very, very interesting look of my particular chat. Now I would add the border for this particular visual, where I'll be choosing the border color as white, and the rounded corner I'm maintaining the same as 12 points for this one. So we have got sales by category and region. Okay, this is one visual. Now I would like to show in this report, so how much profit and how much sales, both. I would like to show how much sales and how much profit I got for each month. Okay, so when we have something related to date related information, obviously we need to go with the line chart. So I go with the line chart here, and in this line chart, let me take the x-axis. So under x-axis, let me choose the order date, and under y-axis I would like to choose my sales, and under secondary y-axis I would like to show my profit. So this is what I would like to show. I don't want to show the year, I don't want to show the quarter, I don't want to show the day. I just want to go with the month's perspective. So I'm clicking on the visual that I have already created, and now I'm clicking on format painter, and I'm clicking on format. Yeah, we have got a very excellent view of this. Yeah, the visuals are a little bit, the values of January, February, March months are visible, and the data labels are a little bit small. If you would like to remove any one of the y-axis, for example, if I remove profit, then yeah, I think this is a very clear look that it will give it to you. And now if I would like to still add profit for this, yes, I can add profit. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to, for the format and for the secondary y-axis that I have, the values line that I have, it is okay. We have it in a gray color. Let me make it into white. Okay, so we have got 0k and 15k, in a very good color. Now, what I'm going to do, the lines that we have, okay, so the lines that we have, if you see to the colors, we have two dark colors. What I'm going to do, let me choose two different colors so that it will be very interesting. So one color, let me choose this one. And another color, let me choose more colors, and under more colors I'll come to yellow, and I'll choose yellow here. So this is how it looks like, something very interestingly. If you want to still set some line chart in a very spacious way, yeah, you can increase the size of this particular border of the page, and yeah, we can make it more elaboratedly. So as of now, I like to go with this one. And if I would like to show only profit for each month, then I'll remove my sales from this one, and I'll get my profit here, so that it will look a little bit interesting part. Okay, so we have got sales by category and region, and how much profit we got for each month. So we have got it in these two visuals. Now, for example, I would like to see who are my top 10 customers. Okay, who are my top 10 customers. So for that, how should I do? So I'll take a table chart. And in this table chart, I will add who are my customers. So I will take my customer names here, first point. So then top 10 customers as part of sales. And as part of sales, top 10 customers, I have got it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the filters, and I'm going to see who are my top 10 customers, right? So what I'm going to do here, I have sum of sales. Okay, here I have customer names. So I can go it here, and I can choose an option called top N. Okay, how many customers you want? Top 10 customers. Top 10 customers. By what perspective you want to segregate top 10? With the terms of sales. So with the terms of sales and apply filter. So I have got my top 10 customers. Okay, so for this, now what I'm going to do, I am going to get this particular table chart that we have somewhere here, and I'm going to format it. For example, if I go and format painter for this one, we are going to get something like this. But yeah, still let us go and change, in a very interesting way. I'll go to the style. Okay, I don't want to go with the style because it is default is looking good. If you would like to change something, we can change in this way as well. I'll go with the default and do my own way of creating the visuals. I'll take the text color as white. Okay, I'll take the text color as white. I'll make it bold, and I'll make the background color as black for it. Okay, so now this is little bit looking very interesting. And now coming to the point of totals is looking, nothing is looking here, so we cannot see. Now it is clearly visible. All right, so totals is done and everything is done. I'm coming to the general, and I would like to use the title. I'll go with the top 10 customers. Top 10 customers. We have got top 10 customers. Okay, so I can show my top 10 customers. If you would like to show who are your top 15 customers, yeah, you can still go with it. The same way how we have chosen, we can go with top 10 or top 20 customers if you would like to show it to you. Apply filter, and we have got our top 20 customers. Okay, so now if you would like, I don't prefer to have this drop down here. That's why obviously make sure that I cannot see the scrolling option, so top 15 is better now. There is still some space remaining here in this particular table chart. For this top 10 customers as part of sales, how much profit each top 10 customer have got, even I would like to show that. Okay, so for this information, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add profit also for this one. Okay, so when I add profit for this one, yeah, so we have got it. So customer's name, customer sales, and profit. Here for the column headers, if I would like to choose, I'll make it in a white color, and the background color, I'll choose it black. I'll align it to the center. Okay, so I'll make it bold and increase the size of it so that it is clearly visible to us. Okay, so 12 is little bit good. If you would like to reduce the when we decrease the size, the letters are too small, but obviously based upon the size of the charts or based upon the information that you would like to present in a visual, we should always make sure that we can increase the size of our wallpaper. How much we want, we go and go to custom and increase the height and width of it so that it will be easily understandable. Now I will be taking one interesting chart, that is a map chart. I'll be choosing a map chart, and I would like to show how much sales we have got from which particular state. Okay, so for the location, I will go and choose the state, and I don't have the latitude and longitude information here, so that's fine. For the bubble size, let me take the sales. Now we have got sales for different part. Now for which region and how much sales we have got for each state. So for that, let me go and choose region in the legend. Now what I'm going to do, we have a map setting. So under map setting, we have road type. Let me go and choose the dark one. This is very interestingly, we can show it as we have a background color in a darker way. Now still we can do some sort of formatting for this one. Okay, so we have the column headers. Okay, sorry, this is the map chart. So we have the legend, we have category labels. I don't want to add the category labels because it still looks very clumsy if I on it. If I would like to show it to you, see, yeah, if you want, you can go with it. Now let me go and see the general settings here. So the title, we have sales by state and region. We have it, and I'll take the font style as bold, and I'll make the text color as white because I will make the background color completely black. Now I'll align it to the center. And if I come to the part of the background for the entire map chart, I'll go with the black color. So now this is something which can be easily understandable. The legend that we have, it is not visible to us because it is in gray color, and I'll make the text color white for this one. Okay, so it is looking very interesting. Okay, So we have 4 different colors, very attractive visual that we can able to see here. So now I would like to add the border for this one, and I'll make the border color white and the rounded corner as 12. Okay, so very interesting basic report that we have prepared with multiple visuals. Let us cross verify. If you observe, every visual that I have used in this particular report, the same information is not available, right? So in one visual I have sales by category and region, and another visual I have profit by month. Okay, and another visual we have sum of profit and this sales for the customers, top 10 customers or top 15 customers, that whichever we have. And another visual I have state and region kind of perspective for the map chart. So every visual that we are using in a card chart, make sure that the visuals are different with the different informations. And yeah, the card charts and the slicers will remain the same. If I go on add multiple pages for it, you can add the different pages of you might have a question that a report should be prepared in only one page. It is not compulsory to prepare a report in one page. We can create the report in 2 to 3 pages also, that's fine, but make sure that we get maximum information in this 2 to 3 pages itself. Having a report in 6 pages, 7 pages, it's too lengthy. It also creates a negative impact. Having a very good report, interactive report with the 2 to 3 pages, it's it's suitable and it looks good and attractive. Now let us cross verify. I'll go and click on central information. If you see, if I click on central information, I have got 501.24k sales for my central region and 39.71k profit, and there are 629 customers from central region. Okay, so now if I click on south, then again the information is getting changed. So if I click on west, again my entire information is getting changed. So my chart is working. So now if I choose the order date, for example, which specific date information you want, and that also you can change it. For example, from 7th to 7th January 2016 to, if I would like to go and choose till 13th, so how much is my sales? If you can see, it is working. So this is how an interactive report can be prepared using Power BI, which is a very, very, very interesting tool, a business intelligence tool in the market. So in the same way, we can do multiple reports with multiple data sets. So in this way, I even suggest everyone to practice preparing basic report first, then you will land up into creating a very, very interesting interactive reports with lots and lots of information, and by using a lot of DAX functions that we will even cover it in later videos. So thank you for choosing Know How Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.